So in this video session on bearing capacity of shallow foundation, I have included the following contents. The first one is bearing capacity of foundation subjected to eccentric loads. Then we have IS code method of determining the bearing capacity of the soil and Terzaghi's bearing capacity factors, review of assumptions in Terzaghi's bearing capacity theory. Foundation subjected to eccentric vertical loads, in that we have make some corrections for the eccentric loading, and if a foundation is subjected to lateral loads and moments in addition to vertical loads, eccentricity in loading results. The point of application of the resultant of all the loads would lie outside the geometric center of the foundation, resulting in eccentricity in loading. The eccentricity E is measured from the center of the foundation to the point of application normal to the axis of the foundation. The maximum eccentricity normally allowed is b by 6, where b is the width of the foundation. The basic problem is to determine the effect of the eccentricity on the ultimate bearing capacity of the foundation. So let us consider a footing of breadth b and l, and from the figure 1 we can see that we have an eccentricity of Ex in the xx direction, and also we have an eccentricity of Ey in the yy direction. In such cases, so we need to apply the corrections for Ex and Ey. When we apply the corrections for Ex and Ey, naturally the breadth and the length of the footing will also change because of the eccentricity. In such cases, we have to go for applying the corrections to length as well as the breadth. So now we have, when a foundation is subjected to an eccentric vertical load as shown in figure 1, it tilts towards the side of the eccentricity, and contact pressure increases on the side of the tilt and decreases on the opposite side. When the vertical load Q ultimate reaches the ultimate load, there will be a failure of the supporting soil on the side of the eccentricity. As a consequence, settlement of the footing will be associated with tilting of the base towards the side of the eccentricity. If the eccentricity is very small, the load required to produce this type of failure is almost equal to the load required for producing a symmetrical general shear failure. Failure occurs due to intense radial shear on one side of the plane of symmetry, while the deformations in the zone of the radial shear on the other side are still insignificant. For this reason, the failure is always associated with a heave on that side towards which the footing tilts. So now we need to apply the corrections for the eccentricity, for which we have L dash is equal to L minus 2 times of Ex and B dash is equal to B minus 2 times of Ey, and the final area will be, or size of the footing will be given by A dash is equal to L dash into B dash, where Ex is equal to eccentricity in x direction, Ey is equal to eccentricity in y direction, L dash is the corrected length, and B dash is the corrected breadth, and A dash is equal to corrected area. Now we have IS code method, and as per IS 6403 of 1981 gives an equation for determining the net ultimate bearing capacity, and this will be given as QNU is equal to CNC SC DC IC plus Q of NQ minus 1 SQ DQ IQ plus 0.5 gamma B N gamma S gamma D gamma I gamma and W dash. The factor W dash takes into account the effect of the water table, and already we have discussed in previous video sessions what are all the corrections for the water table, that is RW1 and RW2 and so on. If the water table is at or below a depth of df plus b measured from the ground surface, then W dash will be equal to 1, and accordingly we have to substitute the corrections for water table. And DC, DQ, D gamma are as given in the IS code 64031981 as DC is equal to 1 plus 0.2 of df by b tan of 45 plus 5 by 2, and DQ is equal to D gamma, that is equal to 1 for phi is less than 10 degree, and for all other cases it will be equal to 1 plus 0.1 of df by b of tan 45 plus 5 by 2 for other angles, that is greater than 10 degrees. For quasi-soils, we know that only C will be taken into consideration, and the second part as well as the third part of the bearing capacity equation will be equal to 0. For all quasi-soils, we have only Q Nu is equal to CNC of SC IC, and NC is given by 5.14 as per IS 6403/1981. SC, DC, IC are respectively the shape, depth and inclination factors. So whenever you are required to calculate the net ultimate bearing capacity using IS code method, you have to use this formula and accordingly you have to solve the numerical problems. So now to summarize this chapter, that is bearing capacity of shallow foundations, we have some assumptions made in the beginning. I will review once again those assumptions. The depth of the foundation is less than or equal to its width. Base of the footing is rough. The third assumption is soil above bottom of foundation has no shear strength. Is only a surcharge load against the overturning load. Surcharge up to the base of the footing is considered. Load applied is vertical and non-eccentric. The soil is homogeneous and isotropic, and L by B ratio is infinite. So this is about the assumptions. Next, Terzegh's bearing capacity factors are shown in the table 1. So whenever the problems are asked wherein you need to calculate the bearing capacity factors NC, NQ, N gamma, we need to apply the method of interpolation to determine the bearing capacity factors for the other values of angle of internal friction other than those shown in this table. Say for example we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So like that it goes in at an interval of 2 degrees. Suppose if you want to calculate the bearing capacity for 21 degree, so we have to go for interpolation. And also if the angle of internal friction is less than 36 degree, we need to go for the modified value of phi, and that modified value of phi is given by phi dash is equal to 2/3 of phi. In such cases you need to calculate the modified cohesion also, which is given by C dash is equal to 2/3 of C, where C is obtained by using the unconfined compressive strength, that is C is equal to QF by 2, where QF is the unconfined compressive strength. I repeat, whenever the angle of internal friction phi is given less than 36 degree, then you have to go for modified phi and modified C. So modified phi is nothing but the phi dash, which is equal to 2/3 of phi, and modified C is nothing but the modified cohesion, that is C dash, that will be equal to 2/3 of C, and by interpolation we can calculate NC, NQ, N gamma for any value of phi. So I would like to exhibit the picture of Carl von Terzaghi, who is called as the father of soil mechanics. Thank you.